I have read some heinous books this year, ones that should not have been on the market, ones that should be taken off the market. It's finally the time of year where everyone tells you their favourite books, their least favourite books, mid-year book freakout tag. But today I've decided to just really go down the hate train of my least favourite book so far this year. As I'm recording this, I've read 91 books so far this year. And to be fair, my list of worst books I read so far this year is quite low. The main thing I want to say before going into this is different people, different opinions. I'm starting with my least favourite book of this year. We're starting off strong. My least favourite book of this year is Twisted Games. This book is a second in a trilogy. Going into this book, I was so excited. So the male character's name is Reese. He already got brownie points. Reese, okay, I see the connection. Female main character's name is Bridget. This book is a bodyguard forbidden romance. Yes. Sounds amazing. Unfortunately, after reading a bit of it, I wanted to die. I wanted to gouge out my eyes with needles. Reese sees Bridget for the first time. Insta lost. He was like, wow, she's fine. She was like, he is good looking. Instantly they liked each other. Just their relationship was just so surface level. The things that readers should have read about is the time, the middle time where they're getting to know each other and they actually look like they have a connection. But we only saw the times where they were having sex, lust, and when they weren't able to be together. Reese is just such a typical guy character. He has a bad history, he's brooding, but he has nothing else. My favourite scene of this book is when Bridget, she got on her hands and knees, crawled to Reese, because Reese has some fucked up fetish sexual fantasies. I absolutely love the scene. It made me fucking take off my underwear, be like, where is my Reese? I absolutely despise that scene. Why was it written? I don't know. When it comes to Reese, her brainwaves are a straight line. She can't think for herself. She only thinks about him. I did not like this book. The next book I did not like. Could be partially my fault. It is the really famous book We Were Liars. And I listened to this book on audiobook. This is like a mystery thriller book, young adult mystery thriller. It's like a group of 5 or a group of 6. They're on this island. They're teenagers. They have hormones going left, right and centre. They want to get away from the life of their family and their family fortune. So they make a mistake, and that was the big plot twist. In theory, that plot twist was amazing. It was breathtaking. But unfortunately, I am a good driver of Ireland. I did not catch there was a plot twist until 10 minutes after, when I actually thought about what I was listening to. Otherwise, the whole book was a bit bland. I didn't really like any of the characters. I didn't connect with anything. The next book is probably the most disappointing book. I need to put back my hair for this book. It had such a great ancestry book. That makes no sense. It's The Lady's Guide to Petticoat and Piracy. It's the second book after The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. The first book, absolutely loved it. I love the main character. He was so likeable. This book, the main character, the most unlikable woman. When people say this book is terrible compared to the first one, they weren't lying. I thought they were. They weren't. So this whole series is just filled with adventure, like them going on a pirate ship, just going around the place to different places. It's giving me like Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. That was majorly the first book anyways. The second book let me down in all the ways that it shouldn't have let me down. So the main character was really into medicine. At that time of era, medicine wasn't seen as something women should do. And she was just trying to become an apprentice for a man, and she found it really hard. The plot fell flat for me. There was no sense of adventure. It was just bleh. The main character was the defining point of me not liking this book. She hated on other women who didn't like the same things she did. So she was literally like, I'm not like you because I like medicine and I like reading books at parties. She hated on everyone else who liked parties, who liked wearing makeup, who liked going out, and I despised reading about it. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It's fair enough if you like your own things, but do not hate on other people for liking their own things. The next book is The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and this book is just, I don't know. So there's this village. This village is filled with people. People and priests. And in the woods next to this village, there's a witch. In the village, these people do not like the witch because they say the witch, kills their children. The witch is not actually the bad person. It's the village. It's the priests. The priests are taking certain babies, leaving them in the woods to fend for themselves. What is a 1-month-old baby going to do in the woods besides die? Everyone in the village rejoices these priests. They love them. But they're killing their babies, so I don't know why they're rejoicing about that. The witch in the woods is like, why is these random people throwing away their babies? So she helps the babies. She, I think she gives them like some magic or something, and this one baby gets too much magic, I think, so she actually has to take the baby in her care. We're following that baby, who's now in the care of a witch and some other mystical animals, and she has these powers that are developing. It's a middle grade fantasy. Did I say that? I don't think I did. It made no sense to me, honestly. I didn't like what was going on. The main reason I didn't like this book is I just felt absolutely no connection to the plot or the characters. The next book I own physically, it's The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp. I didn't hate this book, it's just once again, I just feel absolutely nothing when I think about this book. It's a thriller book. I'll read you the back of the book and then you can make up your mind if you want to read it or not. So to understand my story, you have to know about the girls I've been. And that starts with my delightful con artist mother, because I didn't choose a life of deception, I was born into it. 5 years ago, I escaped and became Nora, who has a nice, normal life in a nice, normal neighbourhood, until this morning when I found myself at gunpoint in the middle of a bank heist with my ex-boyfriend and my new girlfriend. The first thing I thought about was get down. The second thing, we're all going to die because I stopped to buy donuts on the way to the bank. And the third thing, I'm the only one who can get us out of here alive. The whole book is set in the bank, of trying to actually get out of the bank because the robbers are holding them hostage. So their whole objective was to get out of the bank safely. I didn't care for it. It was a book that I read. Hope you enjoyed, and peace and goodbye.